my name is Inghua, and I will be talking to you about volleyball drills that can help you effectively play on the court. And by the end of this video, I hope that these drills will help you play better, and it'll help you become a better player in general. So before I start, I want to talk about the history. So in 1896, William G. Morgan created the sport volleyball, and it was created at the YMCA actually in Massachusetts, and it was generally supposed to be a sport that was not as physical as basketball for businessmen, because they thought that basketball was too physical for them. So now that you know the history, I'm going to start with receiving. So receiving is the defense part of the game. You can do a lot of receiving, or there's a lot of things with receiving. So you can get tips, which are like when they throw the ball short on the court from attackers, people can spike it, or people can set it up for you. There are many different ways of using the receive, and most of the time it's used to receive spikes and serves. Now I will teach you the form on how to receive a ball. So you want to keep a low platform, keep your legs spread, make sure your legs are bent, and make sure you're very on your toes. You're very, instincts. So generally, when you receive a ball, you want it to hit your forearm, right in the middle. You do not want to hit it on your wrist, as you can see. That will cause the ball to shoot. So you want to hit it in your general forearm area, and instead follow. And sometimes it helps with, like, when the ball comes, sometimes people watch the ball hit their hand. So that's pretty much the form, but I will tell you what drill you can do that will help you receive better and more confidently. So, oh yeah, just to mention, don't forget, imagine you had eyes on your wrists. So, like, make your form like this and like this. So imagine you had eyes on your wrists, and whichever way your hands are pointing, that's where the ball is gonna go. So that way. But onto the drill. What you really want to do is keep a low platform and just keep bumping in the same spot. Just like this. Get back up, or if the ball is too short, too far. Just like that. Receiving is a very difficult skill to learn, especially because you can't really get it down once you start playing. You have to practice it in game and just doing drills in general. It's a sport that involves a lot of experience and time involved with it. So on to setting, but before we go on to setting, I want to tell you a fun fact about volleyball. So volleyball wasn't a Olympic sport until 1964, and it was first demonstrated in the Tokyo Games, and with men and women's, the sport has been an Olympic sport ever since. Alright, so now on to setting. Setting is a very hard role to learn. It's a very mentally focused role in the sport, and setting isn't very much for people that are very, tempered. Like, they get very mad easily. So it's more for calm people, and they're the decision maker of the team. They're the brain, I guess. They choose who and what can kill the ball and can hit the ball over the net, basically. So I will teach you how to do a drill on sitting. Generally, you want to make sure your hands look like they catch a football. Instead of actually catching it, you want to slightly catch it and release. So it'll look like that. But I will just show you the drill, just because it's an easier drill that you can learn than receiving. So you just stand up next to a wall and repeatedly do it. Same spot over and over and over. Just like that. Alright. Now onto spiking. Spiking is a offensive part of the game, and it's easy but hard at the same time. Just because there's so many different sets. Because the set can go low, or it can shoot at you, like you can shoot like that, or it can be high. There's many different sets, but mainly for spiking, you want to make sure your whole hand contacts the ball, and make sure instead of just hitting it like this, you want to make sure your hand goes like that. You want to hit on top of the ball if you can, but mainly if you can't, then you have to hit like middle upper part of the ball, you know, because you don't want to hit the middle, because that'll cause the ball to just fly out. You want to hit on top so that the ball can go down into the court. Now, spiking is the funnest part in the game. It's what most people do, but you want to make sure your arm is fully extended, because if you hit like this, then it'll result in a shoulder injury, like a shoulder tear or rotator cuff tear, and I wouldn't want that happening to you. Neither do I want it to happen to me. So make sure you don't hit like this, and then make sure, if it helps, for me it helps, but make sure, or just try it, but like try doing this. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but it just helps because it's like natural. To me, it's natural, but it like helps you measure the ball and your arm swing. So I will just teach you the drill, and hopefully it makes more sense. So generally, if you're a right-handed person, you want to stand with your left leg in front of you, and then if you're a lefty, then you want to stand with your right leg. But because I'm a righty, I'm going to stand with my left. Now, all you have to do is keeping the ball. Oh, that was bad information, sorry. Keeping the ball. Now, this place is pretty small, but I'll make use of it. Keep keeping the ball right in front of you, in full contact. On top of the ball. Fully extend your. Alright. Those are the volleyball drills that actually helped me when I first started off. So keep practicing. This sport is not a sport that you can get in one day. So like, I don't know, football or something. I wouldn't say. All sports are different, so I wouldn't compare it to any other sport. But this sport is very mentally focused. If you are not confident and you aren't very, I guess, you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to be able to play this sport. This sport challenges you. There's a lot of trash talk, and especially if there are better players, it's going to be a lot harder. Now, this sport comes with time and experience, but most of the time it's practice. Practice. That's what my coach tells me every time. Let's practice. If you can practice by yourself, then do it, because it'll be so much better than playing with other people. Because generally, if you play with other people, it wouldn't really help you in that. So keep practicing, and I'll see you on the court.